Oh, okay, boys, it's day 19. And so wait, I'll open up with a little story. Just like a few minutes ago, I was supposedly meditating for my 15 minutes to increase my presence, right? Turned out to be a 2 hour nap. Anyway, but that's pretty funny. The title of this video is called Live in the Present Moment because, well, it's one of the principles of masculinity that I've created, and it's super, super duper important. So I opened up with that little story because um, you trying to live in the present moment is pretty freaking hard, and you're probably just gonna fall asleep sometimes when you're trying to meditate and shit like that. But yeah, let's just get into it. Let's just get into why meditation is good, why we want to be living in the present moment, and all of that shit. Why is it so foundational as a man to be where your feet are, to be right here, right now? Let's get into it. The thing that you guys gotta understand is that this present moment is eternal. Now, never, the now, like this present moment, will never go away. It had no beginning and it had no end. It's just is. That's one thing you guys got to understand. Like, right now will never change. The only time you have is right now. Okay, right here. The present moment is all you have. You can only do things right now. Okay? This is very important. Too many people get stuck in the future and in the past, but you can't do anything in the future. The future is just like a projection of what can happen right now. The past is just what has happened. The now that has happened. So action, like what I always say about masculinity, is like action must be taken. Men must be doing. And the only time you can do is right now. Okay? So you got to be in the present moment. Now, a little to backtrack, what I mean by why is it important to know that the present moment is eternal, is because God is eternal. God is eternal, and therefore, like, I'm using my little math skills. If this has happened, then this, right? So if the present is eternal and God is eternal, God resides right here, right now. God is in this present moment. So I had a little question from like one of the boys. They were asking me like, how do I find God? Right? A little like a little, what's this called? A little guide would be cool. That was Hamza asked me that, and I guess this will be my little guide, okay? Because if God resides in the now, right, you can find him right now. There's that little saying, if you seek, you shall find, right? God is everywhere, right? God is everywhere. He's not just in the church. He's not just in nature. He's not just in a certain specific place. No, God is everywhere. Everywhere in the present moment. Everywhere right here. God is right here, right now. So if you ever did like want to find God, right? My actionable steps is to just cut out all the noise, like especially the noise that your brain conceives. Like your brain will start talking out of his fucking ass. Like tell it to shut the fuck up and actually just be here, right now. And one of the best ways to do that is through meditation. And I like to think, okay, wait. Let me just talk about meditation first and then tell you what I like to think. Meditation, because meditation is just like, what is it? It's the practice of bringing your focus back to the present moment. Okay? And if you ever try to meditate, one or two things might happen. Is number one, you realize how much your brain just wanders in the first 10 seconds. Okay? If you're just trying to focus like on something in the present moment, like your breathing, you'll figure out very quickly how fast your brain goes. Oh, dude, what are we gonna eat tonight? Or dude, that girl at the grocery store is fucking hot. Oh, dude, I don't like what I did last night because yada 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 something, right? Past, future, it's not on your breathing. You forget like, oh shoot, I'm supposed to be focused on my breathing, Okay, so that's one thing you'll notice. Like, damn, I'm actually not even present. I've been living my whole life projecting my mind into the future, or reminiscing about the past. I'm never right here, right now, and you start to realize that. And number two, the second thing you realize is probably that you're fucking tired, like I was. I started meditating and my mouth was fucking open and I fucking just fell asleep. But yeah, honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think, if you fall asleep while meditating, that's probably because you're tired. So that's your body just saying, yo, go get some fucking sleep. Right? So that's two things. But the first one's probably the most important. Oh, they're both important. Sleep is important for testosterone and shit like that. But very important, okay, is that you practice being right here, right now. Meditation is that practice of being right here, right now. Because when you are right here, right now, like you're where your feet are, like your brain isn't in the future, isn't in the past. You can actually tap into your God-given power because God resides in the present moment. And because God resides in the present moment, when you're here right now, you can tap into that godly power. Like your godly, I like to think about it like godly intellect. Like being in the, okay, wait, this is being in the future gives way to anxiety, gives way to worry, and it makes you like procrastinate and shit like that, okay? You're not here right now. Being in the past gives way to like guilt, shame, regret, and all those negative emotions. But being right here, right now, those things cannot touch you. Those negative feelings, they cannot touch you because they do not live here and now. They live in the past and future, okay? So you got to be right here, right now. And I wanted to go into a little bit more spiritual way because, God resides in the present. This is one thing I noticed, like especially when I was writing this line here. When people say to grow in his likeness, they mean to become more like him, become more like God, more like Jesus Christ. And so what does that mean? Well, in order to become more like somebody, you got to have the knowledge of somebody. So one of the things that we know about God, like as I just said earlier, is that he is in the present moment. God lives only in this present moment. He's not living in the future. He's not living in the past. Those are future and past is created from time. Okay? God was here before time, and therefore he lives in the present moment. Okay? So live only in the present moment. If you can do that, you become more like God, or you become more like Jesus Christ, right? So that's one thing. Another thing is live with purpose, right? So, like, I know some people might get the wrong idea of like, oh, well, if I'm in the present moment right now, I don't have any inhibitions and shit like that. Like, you're missing also the point. Like, not only do you live in the present moment, but you gotta like set the destination, right? Live with purpose. Purpose is the guiding signals. It is your little compass, the direction that you take in life. And when you align everything to your purpose, you can do things in this present moment that will progress you forward, right? To becoming more like him. Okay? So, and then take action right now. Action can only be taken right now. Okay? Okay. So the reason why I have these 3 points here is because it's very simple, but like people overlook it. Present moment, you can only take action in this present moment. You set the destination with the purpose and you move in that direction. You move in that direction right here, right now. Okay? And when you do these things, I mean, there's only like 3, but like you do become more like God. And this is a little side tangent / not side tangent, is that when you become more like him, you become more masculine. It really is that simple. Masculinity equals the pursuit of God. And this is what they asked me that question, how do you find God? I really truly believe that the more you pursue God, the more you live according to your God-given purpose, the more you become like him by being in the present moment and taking action right now, the more masculine you become. That is the only way I can actually rationalize how to be more masculine. What is masculinity? Is by becoming more like God and pursuing him. Okay? So, here, it's a different point. I don't know how to transition to it, but well, I guess I'll transition it with it by what happens when you're not in the present moment is you wait for completion of anything in life. So do not wait for completion of anything in life. What does that mean? A completion of anything, like once this happens, like this is a saying that might be in your head. Once this happens, then I'll do this. Okay, for example, once I make money, then I'll start the business that I really wanted to do. Once I graduate college, then I'll start pursuing my dreams. You gotta understand that you cannot wait for completion of anything in life. Everything happens in the present moment. So one of the things I really like logistically, like tangibly, I like thinking about is some people actually don't like the career path that they wanted to do, right? They were just obsessed over the futuristic, like it wasn't in the now, right here and right now. So one example I'm trying to say is like, let's say you chose the career path of being a coach. Okay, well, probably not a coach. Let's say a nurse. Okay, you chose the career path of being a nurse, and therefore you're going to college to be a nurse, but you've never even tried nursing. Like you've never nursed another person. You never actually provided some form of care to another person, right? And so once they actually start the fucking job, they realize that they don't fucking like it. That's not what they're meant to be. When in all honesty, you don't need to have the degree to start helping somebody, right? If you chose nursing, you don't need a degree to start nursing and helping another person, a sickly person or something like that. For like even the psychologists, like this is something too. Like you don't need a degree to start consulting with people about their fucking problems. That's basically psychology, right? So if you actually did want to learn what kind of career you wanted to do it right here, right now. Like for me, like if I'm not gonna just go to school for coaching and watch courses on coaching videos and shit like that. I'm just gonna coach somebody right here, right now. Maybe not for money, but also maybe make it free. But the thing is, you're doing it right here, right now. Okay? Do not wait for completion of anything in life. Do not wait for completion. Do not be like, okay, once I pass these 4 months, then I'll do what I really wanted to do. Once you hear this saying, once you hear yourself going through this little prompt of when this happens, then I'll do this, tell yourself you're being a bitch, okay? That's really all it is. Once you recognize, become aware of you falling into this little prompt here, you're being a bitch. Tell yourself that and slap yourself in the face and do what you are called to do today, okay? The only time you can do is right now. Stop projecting your mind into the future, okay? You want to do it right the fuck now, okay? Last thing is to detach from the outcome. Detach from the outcome, meaning basically you want to just focus on what you can do. Like this is a little Stoic philosophy. It's like you focus on the things in your control and do not focus on the things out of your control. Very simple. But the things that are out of your control is the outputs. The things that's in your control is the inputs, what you do. You cannot control the outcome, but you can like have a little like knowledge, probability that if you do the right inputs, you will get that output. So I really like thinking about this detachment from the outcome. Like when I'm like with, this is very, okay, so this is, how long is this video? Fuck, 14 minutes. I really try not to make it long, right? Detachment from the outcome. When I'm like talking to people, especially like, okay, this is something like a lot of guys deal with. When you're talking to girls, like yesterday I went on a date with a girl. So many guys are like, they're attached to the outcome. They're attached to the outcome. They're like, damn, I gotta kiss this girl at the end of the fucking date. If I don't do that, I failed. And so they come into this with already anxiety. They're thinking into the future. The reason why you have anxiety is because it's in the future. You're not right here, right now. Okay, so that's one thing. Detach yourself from the outcome. Stop thinking about, oh, I gotta kiss this girl at the end of the day. Stop thinking about, I got to do this or else I'll feel bad. Like, no, just think about this present moment. Like, this just is. Me recording this video just is. If it's longer, it just is longer. You know, if it's shorter, it just is shorter. I really like that saying of just is, right? Like, if I don't complete this winter arc, it just is, right? But I'm going to try. I'm going to do it because I believe like the message I give you guys is aligned to my purpose. And it's just, if I don't do it, it's not aligned with the work. But for you guys, it just is. Like, if I stop recording, it's not like anybody's gonna be like, oh my gosh, Elijah, what the fuck, you stopped recording? Oh my gosh, my life sucks now. If something does happen, you're not doing enough shit. Like, you gotta be doing work. If you're just watching this video and you feel like that way, you gotta be doing some fucking work. Okay? So, my last little saying is, have that little saying in your mind. It just is. Okay? Don't be attached to the outcome. Be like, when I'm on a date with a girl, I'm there to like have fun, and you know, if things go somewhere, things go somewhere. But it's like, I'm not attached to a certain outcome. Like, I'm gonna do what I want when I want, and just the only thing that I'm attached to is God's own purpose for me. That is the only thing I'm attached to. Like, I'm going to pursue what God has put in my life to do. Okay, that is the only thing I pursue, the only thing that I, quote unquote, I'm attached to. Everything else in this world, I am detached. Well, this is the mindset I really want to instill into myself. I know, you know, subconsciously there are things that I am attached to, but as I become more masculine, as I become like more like God, this is what it means. Like when I'm teaching you guys, literally lessons that I'm teaching to myself. Like, if I was talking to to myself to become more masculine. So detachment from the outcomes, detachment from this, like, everything. The only thing we're attached to is the pursuit of God. And that is it. That is it. Because that is how I become more masculine. Everything else in this world is like temporary. Looks, money, status. And in 4 generations, right? After you die, like 2 years later, nobody will be talking your name. You know what I mean? Like, 4 generations, you'll be forgotten. So everything in this life is temporary. It is temporary. And I'm saying that's like a quote slash, what is that called? Paraphrase from a billionaire. Okay, from a multi-millionaire. So if he has like that sort of status, like, and he knows that in four generations he'll be gone, nobody will say a word of his name. It is what it is. It just is. Okay, so moral of the story, boys, is to live in the present moment. You got to be right here, right now. Stop thinking about into the future. Stop thinking about in the past. Like, yes, you can have a plan for the future, but the only thing that you can do to achieve that plan is right here, right now. Okay? So tap into your God-given intellect by being right here, right now. Practical steps if you want to learn to be more right here, right now, if you want to be more present, basically just go fucking meditate. Go sit on the fucking side. Like what I do, I just sit on my freaking bed and I just like sit there, put a timer on, and then just try to focus on my breathing, right? Just deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, deep breath out. Oh, that fucking potato chip I ate last night, is that gonna affect my... No, don't think about that shit. Bring it back to the present moment. That's in 1 rep, okay? So I could make a whole video on that, but like, there's so many videos on how to meditate online. So the point of this video is to get you guys to understand the importance of the present moment. Why it's so fucking powerful. Why we need, as men, to live in the present moment. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys later. Deuces.